Welcome everybody, welcome to the Tomb of Illumination. Today's video's basically astro theology. I've done a few regarding this topic, so you might want to check them out. This is an interesting one, and this is concerning the 7 kings of Revelation 17. So I'll read it, but I need to give you a quick rundown if you haven't seen my videos before, a crash course on the flat earth. Like I've mentioned before in previous videos many times, you won't understand any of it if you don't understand the flat earth system. You will not understand any religion, any myths and legends until you understand fully the flat earth system. So I'll go over it a little bit. Well, maybe I should go over it now while it's fresh in my mind before I read this, okay? So Revelation 17 is regarding the Milky Way, as all these stories do. It's all astrophysics, okay? So you have to understand the 2 Milky Ways, one of each hemisphere. And you have to understand the flat earth system. So you look at it as a whole like that. Okay, you've got the southern hemisphere out here and the perimeter all the way around the donut, or the loaf, the bun. You got the centre in here, which is the centre Arctic, above the centre Arctic. You got the northern hemisphere from here all the way to the Tropic of Cancer, or you could go say the equator. There's the tropical gap. Okay, you see these depictions in churches and stuff. The stonemasons, the Freemasons, they all knew about this. The pantheons, it's all there, okay? Then you come over and look down on it. If you can look down on Earth, if you can imagine yourself in every location at once, that would be your vision. But of course we don't see everything at once. So if you could see down on it, it would be more like this. You'd have a small centre north, and everywhere out on the meridian to the south, all the way around here, there would be a way bigger cycle, because Earth is a torus field, so it expands, and everything expands as it moves south. The field expands, and everything in the field expands, because we are all of its light. Okay, so you have a little north, you'd have a bigger south like this, and these two are moving together like this. As it's moving like this, that image is moving around. So it's continuously, all the southern field is full of these rotations. Infinite, okay? Because they're reflected out from the north. But when it comes to understanding the Zodiac and all the celestial body movements, alignments and all that, we'd have to disregard this, because this is false. We have to go back to the singularity, the one zodiac symbol, which I've got the board down there, and concentrate on the one hemisphere with the one image. Okay? Because like the Indians have a phrase, you speak with forked tongue. Well, where does that come from? That comes from knowing the fork of the 2 Milky Ways. They split. It's like splitting the cell. The Earth system is split in 2 cells. And it becomes false. It's not reality. It's a projected image. It's mirrored, and it gives us a false representation. This is basically where this comes from. Forked tongue. You speak with forked tongue because they know it's false. You have to go back. Singularity. Think of just the one central northern hemisphere, which is the one zodiac symbol. Okay, with the 5 tribes. The 12 tribes, the 12 constellations. Okay, so with the split system like this what the Bible and all these ancient stories are all about is a special time in man's life, and it comes about in spring for his enlightenment, his second birth he has to go through, and it's when the 2 hemispheres, the magnetic fields, the energy of the 2 hemispheres has overlaid. Where the southern field comes down, this is going down into a mente, it's going down to the bottomless pit. There's overlaid. See, there's a northern hemisphere, the southern. There's an overlay here. This is represented here. So you can take all these circles as the planetary waves, the wave that comes out from the centre, because everything is a wave. So we have the sun on the horizon of the black hole, which is dead centre. Sun's just off centre. This is why science tells you that everything does elliptics and they all move around the sun, which is a load of BS, because the sun's in the middle, everything turns, nothing is quicker than the sun. It's got a little cycle to turn, see? You know Polaris turns, Sigma Octantis turns, because it's the same. The sun here turns, all these planets turn, but nothing catches up to the sun and passes it. That's a load of rubbish. Delusional. You speak with forked tongue, whoever talks about that rubbish. So they're all moving together. As that moves that way, this one moves that way, because it's mirrored. So at this point of the overlay, when the bread is unleavened, down and out, down and in there, this divine moment happens, and these are the Milky Ways. See, it's all about the Milky Ways, the alignments. Okay, so there's an alignment right through the Milky Way like this. One's the night side, one's the day side. At night we'll see all of it, because we see all this image. Is the female and the male. At night we'll see it projected out here, the whole image, because all this is basically creation, and we get to see it in one piece at night out here, because the sun is facing away from it. We'll see both ends out here, but you've got to imagine it as being one end daylight, one end nighttime, across the plane of Earth. Right across the plane of Earth, north out to the south. So in the northern hemisphere, you can consider the sun. The sun is anywhere on these curved magnetic field lines. Nothing is dead straight. So you'll never get a dead straight alignment that means anything. So you can't look up at the night sky and think, assume you're seeing something dead straight. You say, well, bingo, there's an alignment. No, because they're all in the magnetic field that curves. And so that means the Milky Way will be curving too. And the Milky Way does curve like this. So when we get an alignment, when all the planets are all inside the Milky Way, they'll all be in this curved path. So what I'm about to read you is the story of how all the planets have all ended up in the curved path, in the Milky Way. These considered as the kings, the peaks, the mountains, like the nodal points of the wave. And your man's divine moment is this will all happen in his cornerstone the builders rejected. Okay? So I'll read the story now, because I think I've told you enough about that. The 7 kings of Revelation 17. The description of the woman and the beast upon which she sits in Revelation 17, 7-14 is one of the most difficult passages in the book of Revelations. As John marvels at the vision, an angel says, I will tell you the mystery of the woman and of the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns that carries her. Revelation 17:7. The angel tells John that the beast he saw was and is not. So you've got to imagine it's metaphysical, was and is not. So you cannot see it, okay? It's in the head, because the whole realm, it's energy, consciousness, which is connected to the human brain, and when your alignment happens, it can talk to you, comes through your mind. The angel tells John that the beast he saw was and is not, and is about to rise from the bottomless pit and go to destruction. So you can imagine it's down here, the Milky Way tucked in there. We don't see in here at night. We don't see that part of the Milky Way. But it's coming out. This is coming out of Egypt. When they come out, separate, and for the alignment, it's all part of this divine moment. Okay? This calls for a mind with wisdom. This is what's written. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman is seated. The 7 heads. Okay? So we've got to look at the Milky Way as the ecliptic plane. The 7 heads. You've got the sun, 1. You've got Mercury, you've got Venus, you've got Mars, you've got Jupiter, you've got Saturn. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's missing one more. What is it? The full moon. The full moon in the sign you were conceived in, which will be sitting right at the end here. Full moon. Opposite the sun, facing away from the sun. Okay? So if the sun is projecting this way, which it would be here, it's projecting there in the northern hemisphere, then the moon is out this side of the Milky Way. So you need to go back to my other drawing. You need to have yourself a zodiac or just a one system like this, where you can have the Milky Way come across it, which is best drawn on a zodiac symbol actually. Okay, so but really, like I say, we should just concentrate on the 1